Oh boy, look at that. Another new tank in the SuperTest. And it's another maybe controversial tank because it is a Russian Autoreloader. What does that mean? Well, you know it, I know it. It has the same auto-reloading mechanism as the Italian tanks, but it's inverse, meaning that the first round into the clip loads the quickest, while the others load the slowest. And that is the Object 590. This tank is kind of weird, to say the least. I want to compare it to the Standard B, the T-54 and the Progetto 66. Yes, I know the Progetto 66 is a heavy tank, but it's one of the latest released auto-reloader tanks, so it might be more or less in line with what Wargaming has in plan for the current future. The Object 590 has a 320 alpha gun with a 100mm of diameter, 225mm of base penetration on the AP, 299 on the heat rounds. And you might see this little weird picture right here. I don't know really what that's supposed to mean. Well, it did. Basically, the name is HEAP, but where is this HEAP? That's 420 420 damage and 50mm of pen. Like, makes no sense. Like, it's just normal HE. You have 3.5 second interclip reload time with a 3-shot auto reloader, meaning that in 7 seconds you have 960 burst. Your first round takes 10 seconds, your second 13, and the last round 16 seconds to load into the gun, meaning that your maximum DPM is in 1920 if you are not clipping, or if you have clipped already and you're just constantly using your DPM, and your lowest DPM is 1200 when you have all 3 rounds in your clip. Aim time, 3 seconds, we get to that in just a second. Now, the thing is, if you see this, the max DPM of 1920, that sounds pretty good, sounds okay. Look, Standard Beam has to fully load, has 1963. Progetto has to fully load, has 1846. So this buff sounds pretty decent, you know, it's slap dab in the middle, you can work with that. The thing is though, you have to keep in mind that usually when you're driving into a position, both tanks, the Standard B and the Progetto 66, are able to just load, you know, get both the clips ready for fun and ready for action. So it is kind of weird to imagine that if you want to have the best, how should we say, the best of both worlds, you have to fully clip immediately at the beginning of the game. So you have your 960 burst. And after that, you're just a T-54 with bad DPM. Because the T-54 has 2250 DPM with the low DPM gun, with the high pen gun. Keep that in mind. The thing is though, those are base values, meaning that the T-54 is able to use a rammer, which the 590 will not be able to use because it is an auto-reloader tank. Yep, that is a little bit of a problem. Because simply speaking, I feel like a Standard B or the Progetto 66 will be more capable because they are able to execute somebody. I know that sounds very, very what the hell, but the thing is you can just drive to somebody, you have decent DPM, and then you can just clip them before you drive to the next position, you know? With this tank it's just vice versa, you go into a position, you immediately start clipping because otherwise you have a very trash DPM. So I don't know, I don't really like the idea. But what I really don't like is the gun handling. I'm a person which lives after the thing that if you have good aim, you should get rewarded for that. And I know this is very bad because in World of Tanks this is not the case. Because you can suck a dick. That's just how it is. You have good aim, the shots go so nowhere because you have RNG aim. So what's the worst thing which can happen? An inaccurate gun with shitty aim time and atrocious accuracies on the move. Welcome to the 590 because it ticks off all of those boxes. It's amazing. Like, wow, is it shit when it comes to aim time and gun handling. Aim time 3 seconds. Even the Progetto 66 with 400 alpha has 2.7. The T-54 is laughing in the distance with 2 seconds, and the Standard B has 2.5. Accuracy 0.42. That's a yikers. As you can see, even the Prosciutto 66 is more accurate. But now, the accuracy is on the move. They are amazing because they're so dog shit. Like, Standard B 0.16, T54 0.14, Prosciutto 66 0.22 on the whole, or on the movement. 0.23. It's worse than any of those tanks on the move. And if you think, okay, then I just don't move and just use my turret, well, you can go suck a dick as well. Because 0.2. Standard B, the nerfed Standard B has 0.14, the T54 is 0.16, and the Prosciutto has 0.14. So not only are you aiming in the longest, you also are the most inaccurate gun, and you're the most inaccurate gun on the move. With having not that good DPM. Wow, I already see it coming, how you are driving into the position, had loaded 39 seconds, have all your shots ready, and you're already hyped, you have a good position, and you see a person driving into your field of view, and you start clipping. First shot misses, second shot misses, because obviously those tanks have accuracy dispersion after shooting, and this is probably going to be very bad, especially with 3 seconds aim time when you have a 3.5 seconds intro clip. I don't see the point. Like, I genuinely don't see the point. Just looks bad. That's the point, I guess. Like, that's the thing, this tank will be just super frustrating with those stats. 5 degrees of gun depression, that is okay, we can live with that. Mobility-wise, it's okay. 20 HP per ton ratio, that's fine. 52 kph top speed, that's slow. 25 kph in reverse, that's nice. That's just everything I can tell you. 44 degrees per second hull traverse, worst of the bunch except for the Prosciutto. 36 degrees per second third traverse, 44 versus 32, so it's slapped up in the middle. So you can work with that, and terrain resistances are fine. The thing is, again, this is basically a T54 with an autoloader, or autoreloader, which is slower. It does have a better transmission in that regard, that it's faster in reverse, and because it isn't able to use a rammer, you could put in a turbo, so you are a little bit quicker. But I think this will be a very bad idea, because with that trash gun handling, you're needing vents and you're needing stabilizer, minimum. Maybe IRM as well, because the gun handling is this dog shit. It has a crew of 3, meaning that this tank won't be a good crew trainer. But again, it's a tier 9 tank. The thing is though, 1650 hit points. That's okay, that's the same as the T54. But do remember, the T54 has better HP per ton ratio and is quicker, while having 45 millimeters more upper front plate armor. I don't know. I guess the 5.9 has a dogshit engine, or the T54 is a Russian hover tank. I don't know, but 75 millimeters of armor is bad. The turret armor with 200, yeah. Obviously, we don't have yet the pictures or the armor values yet, but yeah, 75 millimeters on upper front plate, that's bad. Everybody's going to shoot through you. The turret with 200 millimeters, that's fine, as you have the curves, so you should be able to bounce some stuff. You have some cupolas where people are able to shoot at, and with 5 degrees of gun depression, it will be tough to actually use that turret. But then again, it's only 200 millimeters, and if I know wargaming, they're going to introduce here a weak spot as well, so if people are shooting through here, they will get lucky and just hit you through the gun mantlet and penetrate you anyway. So yeah, armor-wise, let's forget about it, I guess. Yeah, let's just go to the second to last page of the PowerPoint. Fuel range 380. Obviously, this is bad. It's worse than all of the tanks we have right here, the Standard B, the T54, and the Prosciutto 66. So maybe you're not going to use the turbo, but you're going to use optics, so you actually have a decent fuel range. I don't know. So yeah, let's conclude this tank. I don't know what Wargaming is planning with this tank. Maybe it's ranked reward. I highly doubt it, because Wargaming wants to bait us with a good tank or an OP tank like the Kampfpanzer 50T or the Concept 1B, which both are very, very strong, with the Concept 1B being ridiculously strong. And it would partially work with the time frame when we have in September the newest ranked season starting, or in November the second season, which we will be able to know what we are going to get. So it would make sense time frame wise. It would also make sense if Wargaming introduces on the January month the newest season of battle passes, so this tank could be part of them. It would also work roughly with the time scheme. But then again, we have loads of tier 9 tanks which are unused, like the youuuu 14 alt something something, I think. Then the Lorraine 50T, the Cobra. There are quite some tanks on tier 9 right now which do not have any usage, so we don't know what Wargaming is planning with the 590. The thing is, if this tank would come to the game right now, it would be decently balanced. However, it will be frustrating as hell to play. Simply because, let's be honest, you are subpar mobility with okay power to weight ratio with a dogshit gun. Like, Wargaming, I can live with the Rhinoceronte having bad DPM. And the gun handling is not good, but it's okay-ish. True, don't get me wrong, this thing needs a buff. Like the Rhinoceronte gun handling needs a buff. It doesn't need a DPM buff, but my goodness gracious, this tank needs a freaking gun handling buff. The Object 59 is the same thing. The DPM, you can work with it. Yes, 960 burst is strong, it's okay. But the gun handling is... I can already tell you, this will be just frustrating to play, because it's like the Object 274A. The 274A is literally the same when it comes to IDS. I do have to quickly search it up on tanks.gg as I didn't prepare for that. But the Object 274A is a tank which I really, really disliked. Just have to quickly wait for the website to load. But the thing is, the Object 274A is a frustrating tank in the fact that it has okay-ish armor. Can you please load? But the armor is not super. You have decent DPM. Yeah. Okay, I guess we are not going to watch the Object 274A because today our internet is shit. I am so hyped. It's amazing. It's incredible. I don't know what to say. Holy moly. It's frustrating. It's genuinely frustrating. I can say nothing else, but it's genuinely frustrating. Because I have to use a hotspot on my mobile phone to get internet working. Yeah, I don't know. Last couple of days our internet is shit. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, now it obviously doesn't work anymore because I unplugged it. Whatever. You don't see the Object 274A accuracies or on the move. Sorry for that. But mark my words, it is bad. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me some feedback. I'm pretty sure people will say don't include such stuff at the end, but I'm too lazy to edit it out as I have other things to do. Don't forget to subscribe to be always up to date with everything World of Tanks related for the time being, because maybe I will stop playing this dogshit game. Cheers, and I see you around. Bye bye.